Alright guys, welcome back to another video and Merry Christmas. Arsenal 3, Chelsea 1. Very disappointing result in the London derby at the Emirates. Arsenal haven't won a home game in 3 months. Chelsea come to them and they batter them. Well, the scoreline shows that they battered us, but if you actually take a deep dive into the game, we did not deserve that loss. Okay, let's start off with the scorers. So, first of all, the first goal was scored by Lacazette from a penalty after Reece James fouled Tierney in the box. I don't think you can call it a foul. To me, personally, it looked like the contact came while Tierney was going down, and VAR checked it and decided it was a pen. But I guess, what can you do? Lacazette managed to tuck it away in the bottom right hand. Thanks. Lacazette managed to tuck it away in the bottom right hand corner past Edouard Mendy, who went the opposite direction. And it was... Arsenal probably had the better first 5 minutes, but after that, Chelsea were dominating, putting crosses in the box, getting at the Arsenal defence, and looked way more like they were going to score. And then they got the penalty. I wouldn't say it was against the run of play, probably 60-40 in Arsenal's favour. It was quite a close start. It was exciting end-to-end stuff, and Arsenal managed to break through with a penalty. The next goal came just before half-time, in the 43rd minute, when Bukayo Saka was fouled on the... It wasn't the edge of the box, it was about halfway from the box to the halfway line, but the free kick was taken about a quarter closer, so like a quarter from the box to the halfway line, so it was a lot closer than where the foul was. And fair play to Xhaka, he just pelted it into the top right hand corner with his left foot. It was a great strike, no chance Mendy. It was a bit disappointing at like 43rd, 44th minute, something like that. It just kind of made all the Chelsea heads go down. We went in at half time at the break 2-0 down. Okay, so at half time, Callum Hudson-Odoi came on for Timo Werner, who had a disappointing game to say the least. He only played the first half, like I just said, he came off for Hudson-Odoi. He was running at the Arsenal right back, Hector Bellerin, who did really have him for pace. He didn't really do anything. He had a couple of chances. He had a chance to volley it first time, instead he brought it down and ran it to the corner flag. And he just didn't have a good game. Yet again, I wouldn't say he's not been good for Chelsea. He's not scored in 10 games, I think it is now, for the Blues. I think it's a great signing. I'm glad we bought him in for £45 million. He's still getting used to the Premier League, just like Kai Havertz, who came on about the 70th, 75th minute. Didn't really have to do much. Didn't do anything wrong, but he didn't really do anything rememberable either. Also at half-time, Mateo Kovacic came off and Jorginho came on. Jorginho went to the number 6 role and Kante and Mount were in the number 8 roles in the 4-3-3. And we started off a lot better. We were putting crosses in the box. So Tammy Abraham came close a few times. Reece James, Callum Hudson-Odoi putting balls into the box. Pulisic was running at Arsenal. Then they went down the other side of the pitch. I think it was probably like a 3-on-2, 3-on-3 maybe. And then Bukayo Saka on his weaker foot tried to cross it in. And I don't really know what happened. It was an awful cross. And it somehow managed to sneak its way into the back of the net. It obviously caught Mendy off guard. It obviously wasn't a shot, it was definitely a cross. And already, I think it was like the 50th, 55th minute, can't quite remember, against the run of play, definitely this time, it was 3-0 to Arsenal. About the 70th minute, Kai Havertz came on when I thought Olivier Giroud would do a much better job at striking. I said Tammy Abraham. So we put in so many balls in the box. It's been the story really. Every time we lose a game in the Premier League, we're just crossing so much, and the striker, Tammy Abraham, most of the time, just can't really get on the score sheet. Tammy Abraham's a great striker. I think he's brilliant. He's pacey, he's rapid, he's strong, he's got a great finish, and he's tall. He's like 6'5" or something, massive. But he doesn't really have the technique to header a ball like Olivier Giroud. Olivier Giroud, I think, is one of the best headerers of a ball in the Premier League, if not the world. And it's just, we have one of the best headerers of the ball on our bench. Why don't we bring him on, see what he can do instead of Tammy Abraham, We're putting so many balls into the box. We got pinpoint deliveries from Reece James, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Ben Chilwell. He didn't have a great game, to be honest. I'd give him like 5 out of 10. He just wasn't attacking. And when he was defending, he didn't really do much either. So instead of Olivier Giroud coming on the pitch, it was Kai Havertz who came on for N'Golo Kante, who also didn't have a great game. N'Golo Kante's dropped off a bit recently. He's obviously one of the best defensive midfielders in the world, but in this game he got outshone by El Neni, who's been pretty good. In the 70th, 5th, 80th minute or something, Arsenal had a corner. El Neni hit the bar from a volley. If that went in, then just like the Xhaka goal, fair enough. It was a brilliant strike. Unlucky for it not to go in. And then Holding had a chance to score, and I just forgot, from the corner came from against runner play yet again. Zuma passed it to Mendy. Mendy tried to pass back to Zuma, and Lacazette cut it out. He tried to loop it over the keeper, but Mendy had the reflexes to save it. And yeah, the corner came from that. El Neni hit the bar. Holding's shot got blocked. And then it was all Chelsea for the rest of the game. In the 85th minute, Tammy Abraham managed to change the direction of the ball from a Callum Hudson-Odoi cross. Tammy Abraham basically like chested it into the back of the net. And it was a good finish. It was a smart finish. VAR checked whether it was offside or not, and it was probably onside by about a couple of millimetres. I was bricking it. I was scared that VAR were going to rule it out for offside, which it would have ruined my Christmas even more. Then right at the death, the 90th minute, Mason Mount won a penalty from Pablo Mari, who was already on a yellow card. I think the foul should have been a yellow. Would have been the second yellow of the game, should have been sent off personally. I think the ref just gave the penalty. We were 3-1 down. If we scored this, we might have time to get back into it. Jorginho stepped up. You could see by looking at his face that he wasn't really confident. Frank Lampard has said that Timo Werner was our first choice penalty taker, but like I said, he came off at half time for Hudson-Odoi. So Jorginho stepped up, did his stupid little hop, skippy jump thing, and just put it right at Leno. He tries to go for the bottom corner. He goes between halfway through the goal and the bottom corner. Easy for Leno to save. He saved it, and then the game finishes 3-1. There were a few more chances at the end of injury time, and if we scored on them, then I would have been content with a 3-2 loss. We didn't deserve to lose, I don't think. We should have drawn or won. But if Bukayo Saka's cross didn't go in and Jorginho scored the penalty, then it would have finished 2-2, which I know you can say, if this happened and if this didn't happen, it's easy to get carried away and say that. But I don't think we deserved to get battered 3-1. Especially at one point it was 3-0 to Arsenal. It's a shame that we have lost to Arsenal. Obviously they're our London rivals, but on top of that, before the game they were 15th. 15th out of 20. They're in a relegation scrap. And they've just beaten Chelsea, who had the chance to go second in the table. Bit of a disappointing result. Sorry if I've been rambling on negatively this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Comment who your man of the match was. Personally, my man of the match for the whole game was probably Bukayo Saka. He had a great game, scored a lucky goal. Or Martinelli, he also had a good game. Or Kieran Tierney. Lots of Arsenal players had a good game, to be fair. Kieran Tierney was probably my man of the match, actually. He was engine going up and down the left. He was outpacing Reece James. He was giving him lots of trouble. Put in some good crosses. And for £25 million from Celtic, I think that was a bargain towards Arsenal that they managed to have Kieran Tierney. My Chelsea man of the match was definitely, by a large margin, Callum Hudson-Odoi. He came on, he was running at the defenders, he was putting balls in the box, dribbling. It was great to see him back on the pitch after not a lengthy injury, but he's been out for about a month, maybe a few weeks. He came on at half time, changed the game. If he had started, then I think we easily would have won. He was my man of the match. Comment your man of the match down below. Yeah. Merry Christmas and goodbye.